Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're totally deconstructing the anatomy of a 30-minute workout blueprint. Specifically, we're looking at the mathematical and structural genius behind Rowan Rowe's incredibly successful no-equipment routine. If you've ever found yourself wondering how top fitness creators actually design their programs to get you absolutely drenched in sweat in, hardly any time at all, well, you're exactly where you need to be. Let's just dive right in. So, Rowan Rowe actually faced a pretty fascinating challenge here. Just 6 months before dropping this routine, he put out a 45-minute full body workout that blew up. I mean, a massive, massive success. It completely resonated with his audience. But, once you hit that kind of peak, how do you even iterate on it? How do you somehow deliver better results while actually asking for less of your audience's precious time? That brings us to the 30-minute evolution, condensing the burn. And this right here perfectly illustrates the core shift in his whole programming strategy. See, that older 45-minute workout, it relied on a super balanced split, 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest, a nice even 1-to-1 ratio. But for this new framework, he compressed the whole shebang down to just a 30-minute block while drastically ramping up the intensity. He flipped the script to 40 seconds of intense work with only 20 seconds of rest. So let's look at the rules and the timing split. Really, the math behind the sweat. Okay, it all kicks off with this number, 40. This new routine demands exactly 40 seconds of continuous, intense physical work for every single exercise. Now, 10 seconds might not sound like a lot, but by adding that extra time under tension compared to his old routine, your muscles are pushed significantly closer to complete fatigue. It's a real game changer. And then that effort is immediately followed by this number, 20, a much, much shorter, incredibly strict 20-second rest period. So the absolute crucial takeaway here is that you are working longer and recovering for a way shorter burst before jumping right back into the next move. This specific mathematical split literally forces your heart rate to spike and keeps it elevated for the entire half hour. No slacking allowed. With those intense rules locked in, there's really no room for hesitation. Actually, this quote straight from Rowan himself hits the nail on the head. He says, "I say enough talking, don't waste no more time, let's get to work." Honestly, that is the exact mindset you need right now, because we're moving straight from the theory on the whiteboard directly into the actual physical breakdown of the routine. Next up, the 5 workout phases, structuring the routine. What's super interesting here is that the progression is incredibly strategic, very linear. He doesn't just, throw you straight into the fire. It moves sequentially. You kick off with step 1, which is a solid foundational head-to-toe warm-up just to prep the joints and muscles. Then we start isolating zones. Step 2 completely targets the upper body. Step 3 hammers the lower body. And step 4 focuses really intensely on the core. Finally, once all those localized muscle groups are totally fatigued, the whole thing culminates in step 5, a high-intensity interval training, or HIIT, finisher. And that is designed to just entirely exhaust whatever you have left in the tank. But here's the kicker. Across every single one of these 5 phases, a core philosophy always applies. Absolutely no equipment is required and no exercise is ever repeated. That no repeat rule, it's absolutely vital. It keeps your mind totally engaged and prevents that 30-minute block from ever feeling stale or, monotonous. It's a fresh challenge every 40 seconds. Which brings us to the goals and final results, the ultimate payoff. So Rowan highlights 3 specific results you can expect if you consistently apply this 30-minute blueprint. Number 1, you're going to gain some muscle. That grueling 40 seconds of tension guarantees it. Number 2, you'll lose some weight. Sticking to a minimal 20-second rest keeps your caloric burn incredibly high. And number 3, the ultimate goal for most of us, getting absolutely lean. By completely stripping away the equipment and focusing purely on high-intensity, structured bodyweight movements, you're literally forcing your body to adapt as efficiently as possible. Okay, so we've deconstructed the math, we've looked at the strict timing constraints, and we've walked through the brilliant 5-phase architecture of this routine. You essentially have the complete blueprint for getting the absolute maximum out of a mere 30 minutes of your day. So the only real question left to ask yourself is this: what routine are you going to tackle next? And are you ready to beat the clock?